my method is to synthesize this more ancient understanding of the nature of the cosmos and the nature of our reality with our new modern technology. But the problem is the use and the abuse of this technology has gotten to a point where the service of the organism, of the human organism, of the earth as an organism, is no longer there. It's hurting the earth, it's hurting humanity in the use of it as a means to control and manipulate, to prevent conscious awakening and the access to these imaginal realms other than through a controlled, mediated, manipulated channel. And so that is one of the big problems right now. That is one of the huge problems with the technology. And there are other seers who have bridged these other worlds where there's no continuity with that technology. And I don't know, I wouldn't want to say which one I'm going to end up in right now because I don't know. But it will be an informed decision rather than something that I am subjected to. And so there's a subtlety there to the nature of reality. Some people who've seen some of the things, some of the feats that I've performed that are seemingly this sort of synchronistic magic, this sort of otherworldly sort of use of reality, they're afraid. They're afraid of me. They're fearful, and they, they're suspicious that my intentions are malevolent, or that I would create problems, create these things, create these storms, do these sorts of things, and that's just not how the world works. That's not how reality works. The synchronicities are there. We choose to align ourselves with them in one way or another. I see the things in my world that are symmetric with the various things that have happened. I see the connections among things. I see like I said, the dominoes that fell down on September 11th. And that, is of all the things that I can point to, there are two things right now in consciousness. There's the dominoes on September 11th, and there's the lies about the nature of the heavens that humanity has been subjected to by the U.S. government. Both of these crimes have been committed by the U.S. government. They've lied to everyone about the nature of the heavens, which is in direct violation of the Constitution, the separation of church and state. They've created a phony space religion, based on Armstrong and the 12 Apollos. And, it's a lie. It's a big lie. It's not possible to do that. And they even had the gall to name it after a mythological character. They justify it internally with other lies. They lie to themselves about why they're doing it. They're just lies. And so, like I said, these hosted individuals, these individuals that are influenced by the other interests besides humanity's interests, are the ones who will be responsible for bringing about the paths, or the people that are going to try to get you to stay on the path that leads to this sort of corralled destruction and devastation of the world. This world of scarcity and manipulation and fear is their path, and that's the path they try to maintain. And so to get out of that, you have to inform yourself. You have to know the truth. You have to walk the path of truth. It's the only way to do it. You have to let go of the things about yourself that are dishonest and out of alignment with your own interests and the interests of your society. And that's not always an easy thing to do. That's not always something that we can easily achieve. But it's something that's required if you want to be able to do this sort of travel, if you want to be able to bridge worlds with these light bridges, because they're very real. And The other worlds where they manifest more frequently are what we would call the higher worlds, the higher light worlds. They're the source of the Vedas. They're the source of the knowledge. On the most pure level, it's pure consciousness, the Akasha. And we all leave traces in it. We all leave paths through it. And those paths are available to the people, the other souls that understand how to look at those paths. And so you have to tread carefully. You have to ask yourself, are you going to save yourself, or are you going to save someone you care about? Sometimes you have to ask yourself, are you going to try to save yourself, or are you going to try to save people who are trying, who really genuinely are trying, but aren't capable? Sometimes people aren't capable. Sometimes you have to realize that and let go. It's a great challenge for me to try to articulate how I see myself, how I see my life. It's very, very different than almost everyone around me sees me. Everybody has their story. The lineage that I referred to, the Vedic lineage, I resonate with from a genetic similarity with an ancient character, one of the authors, ostensibly, of the Vedas. And rather than identifying myself as any of these other things, as a being manifest in this time space, the telos of that manifestation is in the continuity of this other work as a sort of electric rishi. Some of the energy that I use to accomplish the same things as my ancestors is electrical. And so there's this protrusion into this time space that has been enabled by the invention of the X-ray machine, the television, the radio, that is acting as a sort of prosthetic, enabling this older, more ancient protocol to protrude through me into this time space. I realize that's very, very heavy. But as a sort of overview, as a sort of novel tagline for my function and or work, the term electric rishi seems to be the most descriptive from my perspective. It encompasses my music, my videography, my dialogues, And the overall goal, the overall aim of bringing more advanced understanding and ability to my culture, to humanity. But being such a unique character, seemingly unique character, it's a very difficult path. And the quest for spiritual knowledge, as one of my acquaintances really recently pointed out, can be every bit as ugly as materialistic pursuits in certain circumstances. And it's one of my theories that the attainment of that knowledge, the attainment of that understanding, is in a sense on the level of the organism, on the level of what, if you will, divine telos, always at the mercy of the truer nature of reality, always at the grace of what is real and what serves this sort of attainment. And sometimes it's only a matter of letting go your fear of aspiration, your fear of what the universe might use you for in order to attain that. And while it may look ugly to others, as my acquaintance also said, I'd rather be hated for who I am than loved for who I am not. So this road is getting long and weary and lonely.